All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Golden Dice Podcast, episode number 41. It'll be hard to match last week as Chip is not with us, and we just got me as always as your co-host, Jack. Co-host as your host, Jack is my co-host. I have Brian from a few episodes back. Brian, welcome back, dude.
Hey, thanks for having me. Super excited to be here.
Brian is the first GDP member to make a regional cut, dude. Just a friendly reminder.
Yeah, that's me.
I don't think Tommy made one. I don't think Scott made one. I made it after you, and Shane hasn't made an event. So
who's Shane? I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody knows. He's like a fable at this point,
like a myth.
Yeah. All right. So this episode, we're gonna try to aim our thoughts at draft. Now it's a lot to take in. We're still missing some cards. Namely from Red Hero, and we're still missing some Yellow Hero upgrade and support dice. We only have Moxie from Yellow and Red Hero. The only character we have is K2SO, and then we just have the A-Wing and Padme's Royal Starship. So we're still missing some of that, but we're just going to try to piece together what draft might look like coming up for us in a little bit. Now, Allies of Necessity is the new one. New draft set. Rivals was the old one. But the disappointing thing about Allies of Necessity is that it won't be out in time for conversions. So, like, how are you? I mean, I have my thoughts on this, but Brian, how are you still excited to draft, knowing that if you do it in the first week, you'll be doing it with Rivals?
I mean, yeah, Rivals is fine. Like it's familiar. I'll use that word. But let me just say, FFG, I was too nice on you the other podcast where I graded you. I don't know. It's way down to about a D right now. All these release dates are messing up. I mean, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. We got a release date for conversions. That's great. Good work. But at the same time, where are my starters at? Where's Allies a Necessity? Like, your communication, I'm not seeing it. But I'm fine with Rivals for now. I mean, I can wait as long as I have some packs to open up. I feel like I'll be fine. But maybe wait too long, FFG, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, once you're past 2 weeks of a new set, I feel like the interest of drafting just drops.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like the box tournament that, that's one of those opening week. Of course, yeah. We've been piping this box tournament for months, and it's like, oh, well, we know what the release date is, and neither of us can make it.
Yeah.
But, it's the stuff you do at the beginning of a set, and, if you're missing pieces, it just becomes less enjoyable.
Definitely. And from what I understand, it seemed to be a business, like somebody that wasn't Jeremy, somebody above him that actually handles when things get released, I guess. I don't know how far up that goes or whatever. But they didn't want to release it with convergence because almost like the idea of releasing too much. And I get that in a sense as a consumer. If I buy, 2 to 3 boxes, I'm obviously, as a competitive player, when I collect everything, I'm probably going to buy 2 of each starters and then probably buy 3 draft kits, one for drafting and 2 for standard play. So that is a lot to front. But if that's your argument, you could just release it in like February or January.
Right. I mean, space it out. You knew it was happening. You finalize the set. I mean, you figure, quarter one is still achievable for sure for all these things. Again, I teach history, so I'm no businessman. But me as a consumer, you and I are different as consumers go, Jack. You know that for sure. Like I said, I throw the money I don't have at all these products. So, I need it right. I'm Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka. I need it right now. And Jack's like, I can wait, But
yeah, I mean, but it's like frustrating in the sense of like, okay, so maybe they started, so it's set 7. So maybe playtesting started for the draft kit after they playtested set 7. So like there was a delay in getting it to the printing press or, whatever it might've been, getting it to Gutenberg. But it's like, then just swap that. Like, if it just change the playtesting time, do that more in advance next time. And now, again, it's still their second draft kit. There's still a game in which they're learning how to do things. So that's understandable, but it is frustrating. I'm not excited to draft. And part of me might even hold off on drafting until that. Maybe we'll probably draft the Monday, I guess, just to do it with everybody. But I'm just not excited.
I
In terms
agree.
of missing out.
I agree. I'd be
Um,
content to wait at this point.
but yeah, I guess we'll just dive rather than I mean we could harp on FFG forever. It's like when
Oh,
one
I know
side
I
of them
can.
when one side of them does something good, like OP's actually been doing pretty decent recently. But it's like then they're shipping in like delivery system, like or whatever. Whoever handles that side is now dropping the ball, and they probably can't communicate because they don't actually know anything. Um, but yeah, so we'll move on. We'll look at Allies of Necessity first, and this is the new draft site coming out Q2. We don't have a date or anything for that. Ideally, it's earlier Q2 than later. But is there anything that jumps out to you in draft? Remember, everything we ask tonight is going to be through the lens of drafting. Is there any part of this that jumps out to you that you want to make sure you're going to be using in your draft deck?
You mean from Allies of Necessity, right?
Yes, and now is a yeah.
The Claudite Shapeshifter.
Did Tommy just join in on this podcast?
No, I'm kidding. I definitely like Hired Muscle. I think Hired Muscle jumps out to me right away because the sides are really good. And my strategy for draft, at least with conversions, is find Watto. Find Watto immediately so that you got some bank to put out. Right? I think Hired Muscle is my favorite card of this draft set for sure.
Yeah. I think I'm on a similar page. I do I like all the characters actually. In later rounds, I feel like Fenrir's actually going to be pretty good. But him and Dooku, I think, are both actually solid. I just think that extra indirect of the Fenrir power action of playing a red
Right.
card and dealing indirect could be pretty good. But yeah, yellow. I think you definitely want to find a yellow character that you could run with Fenrir and Dooku. Like if you can find an 8-point red character, I think you're going to be golden. But currently, there's only one First Order Stormtrooper. Is the only one right
Yeah.
now. We don't have red hero spoiled yet, so their non-unique could be an 8-point character that we could fill in. But yeah, ideally you're kind of running all three colors, of course. Now I'm not as sold on Watto as you in draft. I think he'll be nice early, but then I think end game you're just going to be sitting on money, and you're like, what does Watto do?
That's true. Yeah.
what am I doing? Like these late rounds, money's so useless. All I want is damage. So it'll be interesting. But aside from really hard gun, which is obviously standout in standard as well as draft, I think again because that issue of having a bunch of money late game and having a 2-3-3 is great for a one cost, of course. But aside from like that and the characters themselves, excluding the Outer Rim Outlaw, which I think is pretty bad, nothing really jumps out at me. You know, all the droid and the sword seem fine, which makes sense for a draft kit, of course. But none of the plots are really
No, I wouldn't use the
super
plots.
exciting.
I think the other thing that jumps out to me like a little bit, but then again, it's kind of pricey, is Sniper Team. So this definitely gives me the Ion Disruptor rifle vibes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a Ion Disruptor light, but at the same time, 4 for 2 in draft. If I have Watto and I am sitting on money, great. If not, though, I mean, it's fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
nothing really jumps out as far as wow, this is great. Again, it is a draft set, so I'm not expecting fist levels of greatness, but still, nothing really jumps out to me.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's like different than last time. With draft last time, I feel like it was almost oh gosh, what was it? The Fang Fighter
Yeah, I was gonna say the Fang Fighter was great.
was solid, and but like the other upgrades weren't really like the Verpine Sniper really wasn't like it was fine
I
again for
filed that
draft.
away a long time ago.
But then like the crafted lightsaber or whatever it was, like that nobody even really played like that.
Well,
The
the play
restriction on that
restriction,
was just
yeah,
so
that's
rough. Yeah.
crazy.
Where this, I feel like Hired Muscles, solid. The sniper team is solid, and Count Dooku's lightsaber is solid. Like
Right.
all three of these seem pretty good. And so I think like you said, this is more fair. This is more balanced. I think everything can be played within that. But I like seeing flank in there too. I think that's solid.
Yeah, I also think that it's interesting they put downgrades in here. I don't understand. Like, I think that's just one downgrade, but still, like, interesting. I don't. I think they're really trying to push that whole downgrade thing, and I really don't know how that's going to go. I mean, especially in draft. They only have the one after attached character uses action. You may deal an indirect to his controller. So, I mean, it adds up, especially if you're using it with like Fen Rao. That's two indirects, you know, per round at least, guaranteed. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and there's some interesting things with it. Like if you do Shadowed and you run the plot, the Perilous Escapade, um, which is a 2 point neutral yellow, and that one's after you play a downgrade, you can exhaust a spot, this plot and spot a yellow character to deal an indirect. So some things can add up, and if you look at the um, bounties, at least,
Mm-hmm.
what did I say? After you play a downgrade, so the downgrades expand, but the bounties you do have Deathmark, which is a common, so you're bound to see that.
Right.
Um, Mind extractions and uncommons, you're probably not going to see that, and then enticing rewards and uncommon as well. But like I think there's enough in there. Like commons, you could really get 2 to 3 of those like in a deck.
Oh, for sure.
Um, and so I think there's some with it, and also the secrets laid bare is a common, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the blue one after attached characters activated reveal 3 random cards. Um, Hampered's an uncommon. So you might not see that as much. You got Wanted as a common. So I think they could be okay in draft. I think we'll probably see. I think we'll potentially see downgrades used a bit more in draft than we are going to see them really anywhere else.
Right. I would much rather use a slot for draft for a downgrade or a bounty than I would in standard, unless the deck is completely centered around those aspects of the game. I just don't see myself using them too much. But again, I got to see how things shake out because it's
Yep.
new, and I got to give props to FFG for trying. So
Yep. No, yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, my disappointment comes from not being able to use this right away. Like, right, like I'm
absolutely.
excited. I think it's great. The disappointment is just how slow it is into my hands. But any other thoughts about Allies of Necessity draft kit just by itself before we move on to uh, some of our takes on the convergence characters and upgrades, dice upgrades?
No, I think we hit it all. I mean, it's very fair. It's pretty standard. I think that hired muscle might see some play outside of draft, but other than that,
Definitely.
I don't really see much of this leaving besides flank.
Um, yeah, I'm kind of there with you. Hired muscle, I think, pretty much if your deck can afford that, which there are decks that definitely can build around making money, you 100% run hired muscle. So you run a Watto,
Watto,
so you're good to slot that in your
Watto.
deck. Um, um, I actually think Fenral and Count Dooku might pop up a little bit. I think they're solid. Again, a 13-point character. I hope they have 10 health, so that 9 kind of feels bad a little bit.
Yeah,
The 9 health on them, but I think they could, especially Dooku, man. Starting somebody off with 4 cards.
yeah.
Seems pretty
Dooku's
solid,
great.
and a 2/2 focus. So, yeah, I think there's room for them somewhere, but it's kind of hard to get away from Snoke and Yoda at this point.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's start to peek into convergence. Before we start to go these, we're only going to look at dice cards tonight. I think too much to try to do dice cards and the commons and uncommons. So we're going to stick to dice cards. Maybe if there's good feedback, let us know. We can do the commons and uncommons next week for you guys if that's something that interests you guys. But yeah, so dice cards, Brian. Is there a character aside from Watto for you that pops off as somebody that you open them in your 3 packs and you're slamming them down on your table? I know previously, like Ayla Secura was that character for me, and Legacies. I'd have to go back and look at like Way of the Force. I don't really remember there being any like cheap characters that I was just like, yes. I mean,
Nah,
Snoke was obviously a good one, but nobody
right,
really jumped out at me.
right. I mean, for draft particularly, like I don't know, it's tough. I feel like Watto's great. I want to say Watt Tambor because he's 9, but at the same time, like play a fourth in your hand. That's so it's super situational. I mean, Dengar might be okay. There's a whole bunch of people that I think are okay, but no one jumps out to me as a must have, at least of right now.
Yeah. One interesting thing that could come to light would be like like you probably could maybe try to go the downgrade route, with Jabba or something, since he lets you
Right.
look through your deck. But yeah, I mean, basically at this point to me, I'm just like looking through. And I'm like, all right, who is like 10 points or below? Like that's
Yeah.
except for Ezra Bridger. No, I'll pass on that.
And Maz. I mean, Maz would be
Dude, I would take her in draft
Maz
for
is
her
good in
dice.
draft. Yeah.
I'd definitely take that. Yeah. Um,
Even the power action, I would be cool with that.
yeah.
I think a power
Um,
action has more weight in draft than it does anywhere else. Ahsoka Tano might be fine too.
yeah, there could be interesting things like if you draft her and then end up grabbing Mace,
Hmm.
you could then run those two and the shapeshifter, and then like you could have two Jedi's technically, but I don't know if that actually like is good um,
Yeah.
going forward. But you do get knighthood in the draft kit, so you are going to be able to make Ahsoka. Granted, it's 1 in 20 to 30 cards, whatever you end up going with, but
Right.
um,
I'll tell
yeah,
you
I
who I
mean,
don't want is Phasma. I see Phasma as an instant
yes.
pass for me.
Well, you got to decide if you guys are keeping what you draft or if you're snake drafting at the end. You
Oh,
got to
listen,
determine that
maybe
first.
I
And
will burn it if it's I'm keeping what I drafted. I'll take Phasma, But
yeah, exactly.
other than that, I mean,
And just accept that you're not going to win the draft probably, unless somebody passes you something amazing.
yeah, right. I mean,
um,
at the end of the day, it's a game of chance, honestly. And at the end of the day, what do you get? What do you have? It's all about the team that you have. As far as individual cards aren't, super end all be all in the draft, and that's cool. I like that.
yeah. Um, I mean, sometimes people just get lucky. Like draft, there's a lot more like not necessarily skill, but a lot more like evenness within it, because it's not just like if you do sealed and somebody just opens like 8 god packs, like there's nothing you can do about that. But draft, you have to take one and kind of build your deck from that. So
Right.
for me, the person that does kind of stand out for me, I think, is actually Watt Tambor. Um, in draft, having that focus, double focus. I mean, a lot of people have that. I understand, but he's got a resource on him as well. And if you look at the draft kit, you get 3 pretty decent things to use with his ability in the combat droid, the hired muscle, and the sniper team. So without even dipping into drafting more like supports, you already have 3 pretty strong ones as well. I'm not in love with the combat droid, but if you're getting 2 rolled in twice the first turn, that makes that special a lot more interesting to me.
Right.
So yeah, so I think Wat Tambor is pretty cool. But we'll go through. We'll almost just go these card by card, and we'll just kind of see how we go by time. If it starts taking way too long, then maybe we'll jump to our little segment at the end. But we'll just go through card by card. We'll start off with we're not really going to read through all these cards either of what they do. So if you guys are unsure of what they do, head over to the database and you can read along while we're doing that, simply because that would just take way too long. We'll read the point cost, though, because that's probably the most relevant to it all. So first is Asajj. She's 13-16.
I'm conflicted here. I feel like in draft I take her, as a 1 of 13 points, 12 health, a 1, 2, 3 for 1. That's really not bad. And again, if you're doing the whole downgrade thing, that it wouldn't be bad. I mean, you have to look at what you have in your pile. I mean, I'd probably grab her first round maybe, and then kind of go from there. If I find downgrades, sure. If
Yeah.
not, maybe pass. I don't know. What about you?
And no, so I understand that this is a hard question because in draft there's 2 other cards you're looking at. So
Right.
so obviously, so kind of give and take with what you can. This isn't the ultimate. Now, again, I don't know what the other 2 cards would be, but I feel like I would probably pass Asajj. I mean, the 1, 2, 3 is great, but like 13 points is such like an awkward area to be in. Now, of course, you could draft her and then run the Claudite and then either Fenral or Dooku, and that
Right.
seems like it could be okay. But then the big downgrades are in yellow, so you're kind of. I mean, you could run the Claudite and whatever the yellow character is,
Outer
the Outer
Rim
Rim.
Outlaw. Yeah.
Yeah, but
At 10
that
points.
thing seems not great.
No, not at all.
All
I'd
right.
rather avoid that if I can. I mean, that's my Watto slot.
Yeah. Ideally, you draft Watto and run him. Palpatine. How do you feel, Palpatine?
No, pass. And again, I guess we have to look at it. Are we keeping it? Because I said last time I was on, Palp is my boy. I want him. Gotta have him. I know I'll open
Yeah.
up my packs and find none of him and all the crime lords, but I think that 10 health 14 points. 14 points is even more awkward. He doesn't have the whole ability thing going on. I think this is one of those that you need to have the ability around him. So in draft, there's no guarantee that you're going to draft Palp and then all these other dice cards that are abilities. Because without the abilities, he's kind of a sitting duck. So I say
Yeah.
pass.
I'm trying to think. So now you run into that same problem. Like you said, the point is kind of awkward, but I'll read through some of the abilities that you have for them. So it's like you think you have to go through this in your mind as you're drafting. Am I going to be able to take advantage of his text? So you got Crime Lord, you got Force Pull, Force Storm, Lore Hunter, Malice, Moxie, Sith Teachings, Soresu Mastery, and Soresu Training. And so that's a 4-2, 4, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2 in terms of cost. So if you draft him, first I'd probably assume that Force Storm and Crime Lord you're not going to play. They're 4 cost, and they're also legendaries. Like, you know, the chances of you getting both
Highly
Palpatine,
unlikely.
of those legendaries is, I would assume, unlikely.
The only reason you're getting them is because people are passing them. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. So the rest of these aren't overall like exciting about it. Like you're not doing much damage. So I would agree that Palpatine probably feels not great into this. And I think some of
not
the best,
optimized.
yeah, exactly. And some of the best draft things, like we talked about before, like it's the supports. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
hired muscle is great. So you could do like Palp, Claudite, Outer Rim, but then that just kind of like,
It
what do you do?
defeats the purpose of Palps. Like, it
Yeah.
just feels bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
Yep.
like it would be terrible, but I would much rather have somebody else that has a little more higher ceiling.
Yep. All right, we'll move on, and also we'll just assume from here on out that this is a redraft. So you're going to try to draft the best, or a snake draft at the end. So we'll just try to assume
Right,
that
right,
we're
right,
trying
right.
to draft the best
That's
possible.
fair. Yeah, it saves time.
All right, so Sentinel Messenger, 8 points.
Yeah, I take him. I mean, he's low cost, two focuses, and not bad sides. I'm not really playing blue abilities anyway, more or less. And top card is fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. You know, I can play that card, and that'll be fine for draft. Get me a little bit of a competitive edge there.
yeah, I like it a lot. That 6 card, even if you can't end up playing it, him being 8 points opens up your team a lot. And again, if you miss on that playing that card, if it's like a 3 cost thing, next turn if you can go into with 3 resources, you could play whatever that might be.
Nope.
Sly Moore.
And Sentinel Messenger also opens
Oh,
up. You
yep.
can play Watto Elite, so that's also good. Slymore.
So you just took 3 character dice. What do you?
No. I didn't take Valve. I just took no.
No.
Watto and the
If,
Sentinel Messenger. Oh
yeah.
no. That's bad. Yeah, no. I'm just Slymore. No. 2 focus is nice. 9 points is nice, but I don't know what it's really doing for my end game. So no, pass.
Yeah, if I'm in a tight spot where I need another character, maybe like in my second hand, if it's between like her and something else, I'd maybe take it. I think it could be
To open
interesting.
up blue, but like the potential there is weird. I feel weird.
Yeah, I mean, if you just draft Sly Moore alone, that opens up 3 wide, but again, then you have to play the Outer Rim. But I think that special could be interesting.
Yeah, not bad.
Um,
It gives your opponent less to work with, really. So not bad.
yeah, and they're forcing them to reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Which again in draft, it's like I don't think people care about their hand a lot that much either way. Like really, it's like, all right, I'll play 1 card from hand, maybe 1 removal, and then pitch the reroll like the rest of my
Yeah,
dice.
right.
All right, Force Storm. It's a 4 cost blue legendary upgrade.
Sides are great, but for that 4 cost is really what's killing me here. I mean, I can overwrite, but that's going to be an end game, and then the special isn't even good until later in the game anyway. And by that point, like, what's the point? I'll say pass on
Yeah,
this one. Yeah, this is more for constructed play, I think.
agreed. I think a deck could get there, but it's like draft. Everybody knows what you have.
If it's Watto.
As you go. I mean, sure, maybe, but then but it's like if I know you have Force Storm and Watto, I'm just going to kill that blue character. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like I'm just going
exactly.
to try to burn him off the table, which again isn't easy in draft. But it's like if you just spend 4 resources on Force Storm and you die next turn.
It definitely feels bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Malice.
If Jack gets this card in his hand, he's going to throw it away.
I'm gonna rip it up.
He will take one slot less and throw away the malice. Throw it in the fireplace. You don't
Yeah,
even need any malice.
this is like maybe second round of it, the second pass around of like you open 3 packs, you pass them, and then you open 3 more. So it's like if it's that second round of passing and it's the 2 dice cards in my hand and one's malice and one's like crime lord, like I'll take malice over it. But like a 1 drop, which I could ramp into more stuff, could be okay. It's got redeploy, but like I think this card is just bad all around. So overall, if this is in my 3 packs and I have something that isn't complete garbage for the other 2, I'm probably gonna take the other stuff.
Yeah, this is definitely a situational one for me. But out of a 1 drop, yeah, I take it. I mean, it's not my favorite card, but it's always nice to have an extra die, especially something that has some sort of potential question mark. I don't
Dude, it's a hard counter to First Order Stormtrooper and the Claudette, dude. Hard counter.
know. All right, Flocken.
Yeah. Ray 1 is coming in a draft. You got to run Iden.
Oh, yep.
All right, Palpatine's lightsaber. It's an upgrade, 2-cost blue weapon.
Absolutely, every time.
Yep. You don't need Palpatine. Nope. If you see this, you just run Dooku and have a good time.
Absolutely.
I think this is great.
Especially when we're seeing less and less 2-drop lightsabers. This will be in a lot of my decks across the board, not just draft, but definitely for draft. I'd take this for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if like I don't know why you wouldn't run this in standard as well. And draft, this is just like you said, there's not a lot of 2-drops that are like as valuable, but a 1/2 + 2 is just really good. Just right off the gate. If you drop that turn 1, you're in a good spot for your damage output.
And if I find this first, I probably will take Malice because then I get that resource back, and that can potentially lead me to other options. So I think it also shapes my choices.
So sit next to me. I'll pass Malice.
Malice, what a card!
All right, Sith Teachings. It's an upgrade ability, 2-cost.
Yeah, maybe. So the special is deal 1 damage to a character or 2 damage instead if you removed an opponent's die this round. So if you play it, you can remove a die showing a blank and then roll in the special. If everything goes well, it's fine. 2-drop, is weird. If I'm playing a melee character, sure. If not, probably pass.
Yeah, because the +2 is nice. And I've generally hated the dice that they would print, which had a unique special like this one, but they only gave it 1 special. So this has got 2. So I'd be interested in it. But again, it kind of depends. Like this probably isn't first round of passing and opening packs. I'm probably not taking this first. It depends how my deck would shape out, like you said.
Between like Malice and Force Storm, I take Sith Teachings probably.
Oh, if that was your 3 packs, Sith Teachings, Malice, Force Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Just like a hypothetical out there.
Yeah. All right, next is Phasma. I think everybody can agree that this is awful. 18 points for that is just straight garbage in draft because you cannot bring First Order Stormtrooper. If you happen to draft 2 others, sure. But
even
then your team sounds really bad.
Even then, it's like, all right, I'm going to throw the Claudette on there and done.
Well, you could run like Duke. You could run somebody else. You don't have to run. Like you're only 18 points with her. Right. So you still have 12 to mess with, but that still sounds super bad, no matter how you slice it. Commando Droid is a starter, so we're going to skip him. And next is First Order Stormtrooper. Great. I think he's great.
Yeah, I'd take him. 7 points. I mean, sure.
Exactly. He opens up your team now to run whatever you want. So I really like him a lot. Grievous is a starter as well. Wat Tambor, we both kind of mentioned. I would love if Grievous was in this, dude. He'd be so good.
He'd be amazing. He'd be fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Wat Tambor, we both kind of mentioned this. So we're both thinking he'll be pretty good in draft.
Yeah, I think he's good. I mean, again, if I'm running yellow, I don't want to get that hard muscle out there. Sure, absolutely. Even outside of that, I mean, you're right. He has 2 resource sides, which is invaluable in this kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them. Like, I mean, we'll get into them later, but like any 1 or 2 cost that does damage, if you can get them twice, like a Stab Droid, the punishing one, even later, like we're looking at like Assassin Droid, like there's so many potential issue or things to use for him. This next one I would not recommend using though. The Defoliator tank. I'm not
Uh,
a fan of this in standard, and I don't really like this in draft either.
this is a starter though.
Oh, is this starter? Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is a starter.
irrelevant then. Uh, Mega Blaster Troopers.
Again,
Uh,
feels bad.
yeah, if you like maybe get a first order with it or something like that, but it still
Hmm.
seems pretty good. But I think this at least has more value in draft than Phasma because for 4 cost, it's not great for its die size, but if you can like consistently get the 3 indirect, it could add up. But if you're going to look for 3 indirect, might as well go with the next one,
Right.
Staff Droid.
Yeah, I feel as though Mega Blasters just wouldn't be. I try to stay away from 4 costs in draft, just because there's so many other things I can do. So.
Well, 4 cost support. Like I would try to stay away from 4 or more, or even 3 that doesn't have redeploy in draft of
Mhm.
upgrades. But when you start to get, if I would be okay to play a 3, 4, or even 5 cost support in draft if I can get the money. If it's game changing, like Fist would be. Like if you drop Fist in draft, obviously that's amazing. But Mega Blasters just suffers because part of its cost is factored into the fact you can roll Stormtrooper dice in with it, but then you would have to draft them, and it's just
For
not ideal.
if you drop Fist in draft, I don't like you. Like let's get that clear right now. You're a jerk if you drop Fist in draft. I mean, I'd be impressed at a 5 cost, but like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you? Why would you? Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Who hurt you? So Stat Droid's a
A
starter.
starter. Yep. Oh yeah. The
So the
next
next one
and
would
so
be
is the E5, which is a starter. So we're getting
starter.
into yellow now.
Yep. So Dengar, right?
Yeah. As we talked about, if you jam your deck with bounties, I think there's a chance he could be okay overall. 11 point. Like I don't know. It's not exciting. Um,
His cards are
11's kind of
solid. They're very
awkward.
fair.
Yeah, I mean, I think like for a 1-2-1, like for 11 points, part of me would just rather run. Like I'd rather run Fen Rao or Count Dooku,
Hmm.
who have a 2-2 focus for 11 points.
Right.
Now he gets the extra damage, but that's also if you draw it. But you know, if you build your deck that way, there's a
If I
chance.
happen
So
to find a bounty, I mean, sure, why not?
yeah, yeah. Um, Jabba the Hutt,
I say yes.
you take him.
I say yes, but also at the same time, do I have a yellow event that is? Does it matter? I mean, his sides are fine, but 10 health, 10 points, he's fine.
Yeah, I get nervous about non-damage dealing characters
Hmm.
in draft, um, but his being able to cycle could be interesting. I don't know.
Right.
It depends how many yellow cards you end up putting in your deck, yellow events or bounties. So he seems
Right.
okay.
And is there any yellow cards that you can think of that you can abuse in draft with this set? I mean, I'm still kind of getting used to them and figuring out what they all do. But as far as I'm looking, I don't really see any yellow that stands out to me in conversions that I'm like, wow, I gotta recycle those.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I don't think. You'd have to remember to look in hero as well.
Right.
But I mean, ultimately, it's just giving you another card in your hand too, as well.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
it's at worst, it's an extra reroll that you could get, which can be useful in draft because your deck isn't optimized for that.
Right.
Quarren Tracker. He's a villain, a rare, 8 points, 8 health.
Um. Sure. I mean, if it came to like the Corn Tracker or the Fast, I take the Fast. I mean, Corn Tracker's fine. 8 health, 8 points. One damage side and a special that does damage. I'm not entirely sold on him.
But so the only reason I would take him is because then I wouldn't have to like if my first 3 packs, if that's him, I think I'd take him because that opens up the three wide rainbow because then you could run Fenrir, Count Dooku, and Quarren Tracker for 30 points.
But at the same
And again,
time, I'm holding out for the next boy.
but he doesn't let you do that.
I know. I know.
Well,
Yeah, he
again,
could. He could.
well,
Not the original like.
yeah. No, you can do it with Fenrir. Like you could still run 3 wide with him,
Right.
obviously. Um, but again, there is that plot allies of necessity too, which is important to factor in for draft.
Right.
Which is -2, but they need 2 of the same color. But Quarter Tracker, he could be okay just to open 3 wide. But yeah, generally I would view him as a 1 and 2, and like depends how many bounties you draft as well. But
Right.
yeah,
That's fair.
and then your boy Watto, dude.
Take him. Absolutely. I don't know if I'd use him, but I like his power action here. He can't be removed by events, so it's a solid stream of either resources or disrupt or control whatever you got going on, and then power action's fine. I'll take him.
Yeah, again, I just worry like some of these other characters without damage I think could be okay because they have focus sides, but Watto doesn't. And that's what makes me nervous because then late game, um, you'll struggle to find those damage sides.
Right.
Now you can pitch for reroll more and care less, but it's like if I kill your other two characters and you just have Watto and like two supports, I know that if I'm going to die, it's only from those two supports.
Right.
So that's what makes me nervous about him.
That's fair. I
But
mean,
I
with
think
my
he could
hope
be good
there,
for ramp.
yeah, my hope there is to end up with by the time Watto's probably going to be the last target there. I mean, you're going to go for the damage dealing characters first, obviously, and Watto's going to be stuck there by himself, hopefully with higher muscle, maybe a sniper team, maybe
Yeah.
some droids here and there. But
Yeah.
it is dangerous. It is a tough call. I'd have to see what I have first, but my
Yeah.
my instincts tell me yes.
Cool. Punishing one. 2-cost support. I take it.
Me too.
Like
Side
again, I don't.
salad.
Yeah, like a 1/2/2 that could be reset. Right after an opponent's character has a bounty on it is defeated, you can ready it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, you could if you're running yellow. Again, we talked about all the commons that you could get, and you start off with the bounty. Or no, that's a downgrade intel. Interesting. The one on the starter. So
Yes,
maybe the reset probably doesn't happen as much as I would have thought. So, but I still think even if it doesn't reset, a 1/2/2 on a 2-cost support, it's fine. It's not leave and play. It's there to stay. It's good.
I agree. I'll take it.
These next two I think are both garbage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Next we got Crime Lord and Dengar's Fireblade. I don't see either of these ever being played.
No, I don't even see these really in constructed. I mean,
No.
Dengar's Fireblade maybe if you're playing Dengar at like a weekly where it's kind of fun, but I mean just to play them because you're going to get. What did we get last time between the two of us? We got like 10 Savage and Night Brothers. I feel like Dengar's Fireblade is going to be my Savage.
Yeah, there's a good chance of that. And so Crime Lord again, I don't think ever gets played. I could maybe see myself taking Dengar's Fireblade if it's that last round, and that's between that and something else. Um, that and Malice. Maybe I take Dengar's Fireblade because ultimately it's not great, but depending on my situation, there might be a more interesting target than my yellow character, or basically play this on who's not being targeted, and eventually this could turn into a redeploy. The draft set does come with the Electro Sword. But again, overall, it's not great. But it could just be something where I need dice, so I'm going to put this in my deck type thing.
I mean, technically, if I wanted to get cute, I could play Watto, right? But then also Crime Lord.
Sure, you could do that. That could be a thing. I don't know
It's
how
not
good it would be,
good.
but it could be a thing.
That's not good. I'm just saying I could.
Next up, we got the Assassin Droid.
Uh,
Seems fine. I mean, the guaranteed damage is nice. But like as a straight up 3-cost, like it's super solid in Aphrodex. But in draft, I think I would take it just for the consistent damage that you're going to be getting.
yeah, for sure.
Ahsoka Tano and 8 points for 8 health.
Mm-hmm. I'd take her, depending on what I have. But yeah, eight points is fine.
Yeah. Again, I think the big thing I'm trying to replace is a yellow character, trying to get like an 8-point yellow character. But I understand that's not likely because there's only one of them currently, right? The villain one, and was the hero one spoiled? No, there wasn't, but it doesn't look like there's a non-unique for yellow hero. So,
Right.
but yeah, Ahsoka seems pretty good. It's just tough because then the likelihood of you having another Jedi is going to be tough.
Right.
Like you'll have to play the knighthood on her for her to be able to resolve that die, or you're just going to be left with a bunch of modifiers, which could be tough.
True. I mean, if I found Mace as well, like you're saying, I mean, that could be fun.
Yeah, but then the issue again is like, all right, now I'm playing a monocolor deck.
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, then you could do the outer rim and be at 30. or you could do a Claudite and a plot or something. Um, I probably would do the outer rim just to give me two colors.
Right.
But yeah,
There have been
um,
better pairings, but like I said in the other podcast, just because it's not good doesn't mean I won't play
attaboy, dude.
it.
I still remember some of your first drafts where you just took like all
Oh,
characters,
good
and
lord.
then you had like 6 characters. Like, what team do I use? I have no
uh,
dice upgrades.
I'll play Yoda in draft, and I was like Yoda and a God. What was that team? It was so bad. Like Shane beat me with it's Shane. So I mean
He had
that I can just
Palpatine,
stop
didn't he?
right there.
Didn't he
Yeah,
have
it
Yoda
was that was
Palpatine?
Palp. He law and ordered my one upgrade. I took the Lady Razor. Oh,
Oh
what is
yeah,
that? What is that upgrade called? The Hush
Comlink thing, the
Hush
Hush
Comlink.
Comlink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was my one upgrade, and he's like, "Oh, Law and Order," and I was like, okay, this is over. This party's over."
I remember. I'm pretty sure you drafted like so many characters that you like had a different team each. Like there's a different character like each time
That's
on that
me,
team.
Mister Inconsistency.
Yeah, dude. And then that one time you had that 4 wide. It was like Jar Jar, Clone Trooper, Jawa, and something else. I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, it was something.
It was something.
It was
All right, Lord Santeca.
something. Pass.
Pass. Oh, I think I disagree
Pass.
there. I like him a lot. Just that extra card in your hand, like being able to pitch the reroll and then kind of get some of them back, I think could be pretty solid in draft. And the 2 focus to keep damage going with your other dice.
It's fair.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be like a game breaking thing, but I think he'll be solid. I'd be happy to take him.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not. Nah, no, I still pass. I'm not even gonna back it. I still pass. 2 focus
Mace,
is nice, but
yeah, that's fair. Mace Windu.
sure. 12 points, 11 health, not bad.
Yeah, I think he's fine. Obi-Wan's the starter, and Vigilant Jedi, 8 points. I like Vigilant Jedi a lot.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Move a die showing damage. I mean, that's
Then
fine.
deal damage.
And deal damage. Yeah, he's on par with Fost for me.
Yeah.
Maybe a little better than Fost.
Yeah, I guess potentially. Depends on modifiers and everything like that. You can modify with the false die, but who knows how relevant that'll be.
Right. Yoda Spirit.
Yeah. Also, I feel like this. Oh, never mind. That's neutral. Never mind. That's why. But yeah. So Obi-Wan's Interceptor's starter and Yoda's Spirit. I think I would for
yeah,
2
I would.
costs and having all the focused. The special probably I don't want to resolve, especially early on. Like if you play it the first time and you roll a special, it's like, all right, I just paid 2 to do 3 unblockable.
That's true.
That's awful. But the focus I think could be very relevant.
Yeah, I think all sides are usable here. Even like you said, the special late game is great. It's you can kind of shuffle that back in if you're in a tight spot at the end of the game. If you somehow ran out of your deck, I don't really see that happening too often. But if you're in a tight spot, it's 6 damage there. You play it, you put it back, you play it, you put it back. If you have to. I think it's definitely has a lot of use. So I'd say yeah.
Jedi Holocron. Maybe if I take Palp, but other than that, not excited about this necessarily.
No, not at all. I would say pass, especially here.
Yeah.
Sides are doo-doo.
Yeah. Mace Windu's lightsaber.
Sure.
I'd take it.
Sure. Yeah.
No redeploy stinks, but I think a 1/2 plus 3 and 2 unblockable is solid. And 2 shields is relevant as always.
For sure.
And then if you somehow get Mace as well,
even better.
It's got redeploy.
Yeah, even better.
The Republic armor is a starter, so now we're in Red Hero with K2SO.
I would know.
I mean, for 11 points, I think he's fine, and I think the power action could help be more relevant in draft than it could be in standard.
Yeah, power action is probably the only reason I take him. Not the only reason, but the big draw for me.
Yeah. Cool. A-Wing.
Oh yeah.
I think you take that 2 cost support. I think it's
absolutely
pretty solid. The 2 disrupt sides are stinky, but it is what it is.
I take him for sure.
Padme Amidala's Royal Starship.
Maybe.
Depends if I have a leader, yeah.
Right, exactly. I mean, I don't know. If I'm paying 3 for a support, I kind of want it to be doing some damage.
Yeah, again, it depends how you build your decks, but if like you get some cheap supports that can easily have damage sides, so like if you play like the hired muscle, in sniper team or something like that, being able to focus that would be
Mhm.
really beneficial.
Absolutely.
So that's all. That's the only red hero we have. Um, and I wonder how many leaders are in. Let's see. We got so the leaders in the set are Wat Tambor, Satine, but she's a starter. Palpatine, Mace Windu, Jabba, and Nest and Phasma that are spoiled so far. In case you're wondering about this shield thing, when you activate with the Padme
Hmm.
Amidala's Royal Starship, so you're pretty limited there. That does seem pretty good with Wat. I like that, but um,
Absolutely. That
yeah,
has multiple uses if you have, Watt. I mean, you could do a lot with that.
yeah.
That could get you a lot of ground.
Yeah, the extra shield I think is super relevant. But we'll move on to Yellow Hero. We got Chewbacca the Beast. He's 12 points.
I'd take him here. I think that 13 health is pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
the +2 feels kind of bad, and then the 2-for-1 also feels kind of bad. But the bloodlust thing before you resolve one of his character dice, I don't know if it's bloodlust. Showing damage increases value by one of his character 6 or more damage. I like that. Especially in draft, you can kind of go a little further with that. A 3-for-1, a 2, and a +3. That's nothing to sneeze at.
yeah, and there's certain things where it could be relevant. Sniper team's probably going to be in it. So if you eat the one on that, and also Mill's not as much of a thing really in draft, so you don't have to worry about his thing being irrelevant. Um, and I think that +2 could be manageable if you run him with like Fen Rao or something like that.
Right.
12, then you're at 23, you do the Claudite, or if you drafted another character or something like that. So, yeah, I certainly like him a lot in draft, actually.
Yeah, looking at him, I mean, I've kind of just, resigned to the fact that he is kind of disappointing. He's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. He's just not good either. But in draft, I think this is where he really shines.
I'm holding out hope for some upgrades or supports that help him out, but we'll
I
see.
hope. Yeah, me too.
All right, next up is Ezra Bridger,
Uh,
9 points.
no.
I ideally would not, but if I absolutely need yellow splash, maybe.
If you're twisting my arm, I guess. But
Yeah.
no, and I don't want to look at his art. I'm sorry. I can't do it. He'll never get
Get
Edgar
a
right.
yeah, really. Well, they got him right on his blue one.
That one, yeah, that one was
Oh, that
fine.
was fine. That was fine. Other
His
than that, yeah,
his
they're still
his
struggling.
yellows are woof.
Yeah. Maz Kanata. I'd
Yep,
take her. I
definitely.
think
Yeah,
she's good
I like her sides. I like her
draft.
power action here.
Yep.
All good.
All right, so and the Satine is a starter. Going down, there's not much for yellow hero except for Moxie. Um,
Sure.
yeah, and you know what? At first I was like, do I care? But then I was like, you know what? The starters, Fenrir and Botuku, they're different colors, but they both have power action. And if
Right.
you get to use that again, I think that's relevant. Now, of course, it's like how many color cards of each of those do I have? But
Hmm.
um, yeah, I think it could be seen, could be played.
Right. I just think it depends on who you have. I would definitely take it. Um, like you said, on either of those characters is good, but it depends on who I have. If I play it, I'll probably slide it in my deck. But if it sees plays, that depends too.
It sucks because I really want yellow, so I want to take those yellow dice cards, but I don't want to run Outer Rim Outlaw. So it's like now I have to make sure I get a yellow character that's relevant too, or something. So
Yeah, I mean, don't
it's
make
not.
me play Ezra Bridger.
Yeah,
Don't make me do it.
Maz, dude. I mean, Outer Rim Outlaw honestly is probably fine in
Mhm.
draft, but it's just like 10 points rate health just feels bad,
And
and that's what
Quarren
I hate.
Tracker. Quarren
Yeah, the
Tracker.
corner if you get them. All right, so now we're into the neutrals. We got Force Pull.
Um, mm, I don't know how much. Yeah, I'll say yes. I'll say yes to this one because the special, especially in draft, most of these are running single die. So the special could be pretty neat, right? Choose an opponent's character and force them to activate it. You may resolve that one of that character's character dice as if it were in your pool. So not only does that, kind of screw with the other person if you're doing damage to them, but it also kind of ends their turn for that person.
Yeah,
So I say yeah, that's fine.
and it's probably three wide everywhere, so it's got a chance to. be relevant. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
standard, it might be tough because then they can activate the character they care about and stuff. But
Even this, you can
yeah,
kind of play around it, but I mean, it's still, you take these characters, for their dice. You're really probably running 3 dice. So
yeah, and but I mean, like all these dice are usually around the same power level. Like
right,
obviously, like if you're
right,
playing against Vader and you drop a Force Pull, like that person's going to activate Vader like before
every
you ever get a chance to resolve that special. Whereas this, it's like, oh, I have Fenrir and Dooku. They have the same dice. Like, okay, I
time.
activate one. He's still going to get the same result. It's basically like, do I want him to get a shield or a discard, like less, and that determines
Right.
who I activate. But ultimately, all their dice size are around the same. So I think it'll be pretty good
I agree.
in draft. For 2 costs, like it's not overly exciting, but I think it's fine.
I
But
agree.
again, that blue character only type thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue only in here.
Yeah, so we'll Sarasu Mastery is the next one. That's also blue character only. That's a 3 cost upgrade.
I think I'd rather take. I don't. I mean, I'm torn on this one because it's good. It's good, but like, I feel like I'd settle for Yoda's Spirit over this. I don't know.
I I think I actually like this a lot. With it removing a die when being played, and the special also removing a die and giving shield to a character. I like it. I don't know if it's gonna be like the greatest thing ever, but I think I would be happy taking this in my draft.
If I had Surisu training and mastery, then yes.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
I like having them hand in hand. Without it, I feel I like the stepping stones there.
I mean, ultimately, I think I'd be okay because it's only a resource you're saving. Like, it's
True.
not like the craziest thing in the world. Like, it's not like two. Then you start to question it a little bit more. But
Right.
what about training? Would you take training just by itself?
Yeah, I take training. The sides aren't bad, and you still get 2 shields from the 2 special sides. That's fine. 2 drops
Yeah,
are my thing. I like 2 drops.
yeah, I think it's fine. Um, V Wing. I like this a lot in draft potentially. But the issue is like how many villain vehicles and hero vehicles are there?
Right.
But I think it could be potentially if like you can get that opened, it could be pretty cool because then its die side is decreased by 1, the cost,
Hmm.
and it can't be removed. It's interesting to me that you can get both things going in draft. Right now, again, we only have the A Wing and Padme's ship for hero. And I think the only vehicle is the no,
Defoliator tank. That's
that's
a starter. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it's villain vehicle, right? It's not red.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Villain
I scrolled.
vehicle.
So if you get like the punishing one, so there's options there. There's options. I like
Yeah.
it.
Punishing one though. Yeah. I don't know if I take it still, but
Punishing
um,
one.
what was that again? I already
That
forgot.
was the villains. That's the villain 2 drop support.
Oh, the 2 drop. I'm
Yeah,
for 2 drops. I like 2 drops.
yeah. It's the 1-2-2, the Dangar ship.
Oh yeah. I'll take that. I'll take that
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure both of us said we.
Yeah, we did. It's been a long day. I too many teenagers in my life. I can't.
I feel
Um,
it.
yeah, I would take this for sure.
Cool.
Especially with Wat Tambor. I like him.
Yeah, yeah, and its sides are pretty solid, especially if you're
Hmm.
decreasing them. So, yeah, I like it. Depends on the deck though. Like if I have those things early.
I agree.
Um, Quicksilver Baton.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, this seems
even without
really
all the
good.
stuff.
You could put that on Dooku. Like if you draft Quicksilver Baton, you run Dooku in a red character because um like you get that activation right away, and also like the melee sides like uh, uh, collide very well. Obviously,
Absolutely,
that'll be a solid combo for a 2 drop.
definitely.
All right, Enfys Nest.
Um,
Nope.
no, because
The
14
abilities.
points is awkward. The ability
Yeah.
is no good, and the power action's a waste.
So
Honestly.
so it could be irrelevant if you're dropping like hired muscle, but overall, like I just feel like there's better options for Enfys Nest.
Yeah, but I mean, even the higher muscle, it has to be the same symbol. So
I mean, that's, yeah, but it's like I mean, it does have the melee side, but it's like you're always going to be able to resolve the hired
you got to
muscle.
match that up. Yeah.
Like even if you're just power acting just for the hired muscle, that's fine.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, no, still no.
yeah, I still probably wouldn't either, but yeah. All right, Enfys Nest Electro Ripper. I think I would take this though. This is a 2 drop,
2 drop.
2 for 3.
I'm in. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like it. Sides are good. Specials good.
Yeah, I
I
mean it's
mean,
just an unblockable. That's fine.
yeah, to each that's still potentially 3 damage. I
Yep,
like it.
most likely. Mandalorian jetpack.
As a starter,
Oh, it is. Gosh, I keep
yeah,
messing that up.
I like it though.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And last one is fickle mercenaries.
Fickle mercenaries, sure, I guess.
I
Why not?
barely like this in standard. I like the idea, like if, but I don't know. I think late game, like resources are just gonna be everywhere, and it's
Hmm.
like, all right, I'll pay 2 to get it, and then the opponent just pays 2 to take it back. Like, I don't know.
I
You
want
really
to
have to
see
watch the
a fist
resource.
fight between two people trying to take fickle mercenaries back and forth.
Yeah, really.
At the end of the game, you've got like 6 resources each, and you're like, sure, I'll pay for fickle mercenaries. No, I'll pay for fickle mercenaries. I don't know. It's stupid. It's a 1 drop though. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like worst case scenario, you if your opponent can afford to steal it, you just roll it out,
Right.
and then they steal it and they can't use it. I don't think it wouldn't reset when it changes. Um, but I don't know. I like it. Whatever, could be fine. Maybe like if
Yeah.
you have that in your opening hand and then they spend 2 for an upgrade, it's like okay, I can play this. I know.
Right. I'm super indifferent about it.
Yeah. Um. All right. So that's our general take on most of the stuff. But now, I mean, again, it was hard to like do everything without knowing our full 3 packs. So what we got here is Brian. Shout out to Brian right here. Um, he put a number next to all the diced upgrades. So I'm going to do a random number generator, and we're going to do 3 packs or 3 cards and see which one he takes like it's a draft.
Get
Dude, you
ready
ready?
for a lot of wrong takes here.
All right, you ready for this?
Oh yeah.
All right, I need one more number. 10. All right, so we got 10, 41, and 33. So these aren't the actual numbers because we cut out all the non-dice cards. But number 10. All right, so oh, look at that, dude. You got a Foss,
Oh,
you got a Fickle Mercenary, and you got Moxie. What are you taking?
I think I take
These
Fast.
are pretty good
This
ones.
is round 1, right?
Yeah, this is your first
I take Fast for
solid.
sure.
Yeah,
Open up that point
that's
cost.
all those are pretty good. Like I like Moxie a lot. Like we talked about, if you can get yellow in there and then run Fenrir, Dooku, like could be interesting. All right. So you got Foss as your first one, and your next 2 packs, your person next to you passes you these.
All right, I'm ready.
Passes you an Asajj Ventress and another Moxie.
Oh, um, God. I'm gonna go with Moxie.
Moxie. Yeah, I think I do that as well. All
Just
right, and the
because I
last.
need an upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. And if nobody else uses it, like I think you're okay with that. That means it's not being passed around.
Right.
And then you just got passed an A-wing. So congratulations, you can
Wow.
run.
I
That's a
love
pretty
this.
good. That's
Can we
pretty good.
lock in this draft choice for the? I'm totally okay with
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty good. All right, we'll do. I'll give you another one, and then I'll do one for myself.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. All right. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, it saved a little bit. All right. So 5, you got Force Storm. You got 28 with an A-wing, and you got 26 with Mace Windu's lightsaber.
Uh, that's a tough one. Do I want another A-wing or do I want a Mace Windu's lightsaber? Those are my choices there, really. I think I take an A-wing.
Yeah, if we're assuming that this is the same draft, this is last.
Yeah,
I would probably do that as well. Take it. All
definitely
right.
an A-wing.
So let's see these next 2. Man, dude, this is like giving me the same numbers. What is this? All right. So now you got Wat Tambor, and you got Fickle Mercenaries again.
All right, so now I definitely go with Wat. Oh, do I go with Wat Tam? Oh, this is a tough one because now that I have 2 A-wings, I kind of want Wat Tambor. Want Wat? That's a tough sentence. Want Wat Tambor. Oh, Well, I don't really have anything special, so I could just do Wat Tambor Fast and then Outer Rim. Oh, tough.
Well, no, that's 7. No, you could run Dooku or Fenrir. Like you don't have to. Like you
Oh,
get another color.
but I'm saying I don't have to.
Yeah.
But I have Moxie. I'm trying to put Moxie in there.
Oh
too.
yeah.
But do I really have any specials that I care about?
What?
Yeah, why?
It's power action too. Don't forget.
So I'll go with Watt. Go with Watt Tambor. I don't know if that's the right call, but I'm going to go with Watt Tambor.
Yeah, that's fine. And then the card that you got passed last is Lor Santeca.
I scorned him before, and now he's come back for me.
And now he's here for you.
All
All right.
right, let's see what you
Let me,
got.
let me see what I got here. All right. So I got 39, 2, and 18. So I got
39.
Palpatine,
Ooh.
Enfys Nest, and Crime Lord. Are you kidding? Dude, like, what is this?
Hey, this is what happens every time we play.
I Palpatine.
Everything comes up aces for me and nothing for you.
Yeah. You know what? Enfys Nest is kind of tempting, honestly. I don't like it, but it's not like I have anything. God, Crime Lord's out. That's not.
Oh no! Don't even entertain Crime Lord.
You know what? I think I take Enfys Nest. I think I'm going to take that. I think I'm going to take that because that yellow is. Yeah, I mean, Palp's fine. He's a 2/2, 2 focus. You know what I mean? Like he's certainly not bad.
Right.
But Enfys Nest, the power action, I'll always be able to resolve it for 3. It's got a 3 damage side. Maybe my next pack, my roll comes up and I get a Electro Ripper.
True.
Let's see.
All
right, so I took Enfys Nest, so I got 3 and 25. So I got Sentinel Messenger and a Jedi Holocron.
This is the best.
You know what? I'll take the Sentinel Messenger and plan to run Enfys Nest, Sentinel Messenger, and
then
no, that'd be I'm at 22 points.
Oh, okay. No, you have too much.
And then Claudite and maybe a plot.
I'll
have to look at what the plots are. So that puts me at 28 points currently. And then I get past Moscanado.
This sounds like the first time I ever drafted, and I was like, characters, please. I want all of them.
Oh gosh. All right. So currently still with my setup. All right, let's go back to 3 packs. All right. 8, 23, and 17. What do I got?
Sith teachings.
Vigilant Jedi.
Characters.
And Punishing One.
Oh, Punishing One.
Yeah. I'm running yellow. I think I take the Punishing One.
Absolutely, I agree.
I was tempted to switch, use the Vigilant Jedi over Sentinel Messenger, but I was like, I can't take another character.
Right.
All right, next 2 that I get is 12 and 23.
Vigilant Jedi again.
Gosh,
and the Mega Blaster Troopers.
I got to take the Mega Blasters. I can't play it.
That's a bummer.
Well, no, I would take Vigilant Jedi so somebody doesn't get him again, and then I can decide if I want to run the Vigilant Jedi or the Sentinel Messenger. I have the option now because I don't care if somebody else gets Mega Blasters.
That's
I really
true.
don't.
Yeah, I don't. It's almost a dead. It's not a dead card, but it's not a great card either.
I got past Slimore.
Wow.
How many characters did I get, dude?
That was 9 out of 10. All characters.
Oh, that's funny. Man, so what did I have? So
you got Palp, Enfys Nest.
No. So my deck is Enfys Nest and then probably Vigilant Jedi, but it's like what I have got the Punishing One.
And that's it.
Is that it? Is that seriously it?
I think so.
Yeah, so I got 39.
Yeah, and Mega Blaster Troopers. No, you didn't take Mega Blaster Troopers. You took the Vigilant Jedi.
I got 32.
Wow.
17, 23, and 4. Oh my gosh, so many characters.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I just pretty much have to run Count Dooku's lightsaber, Hired Muscle, the Combat Droid, and the Electro Sword. I have to run them all.
Wow, that is a rough draft.
Not feeling super great about that.
I would not either. Wow,
dude, that was interesting. That was kind of fun though.
Is the word. I like it. It's actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, it made me a little pumped for draft.
Yeah, dude, Brian, I'm gonna give you a pack, just a pack.
A pack.
You tell me what you're gonna draft here.
All right.
You got 26.
Okay.
You got 18, and you got 16. Let me go look.
All right, so it's Watto. I think so. That was Watto, Crime Lord, and Mace Windu's lightsaber. What round is this?
First round.
First round, Watto. Oh no, I think I definitely don't take Crime Lord. That's the given. But Windu Saber, or I think I take Saber actually. Sorry, boy,
So
my boy. I leave him behind.
you did, dude. This entire podcast, you've been saying, if I get Watto, I'm drafting Watto, dude. Watto, number one junk dealer on Tatooine, and then you
No,
get
they
Watto.
will not.
Oh, that's awful. All right. We're just gonna go through it again because I had a lot of fun doing
Yeah,
it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
We're
Okay,
around an
so
hour. We're fine.
yeah, so
All right.
now I'm excited for draft.
All right. So what'd you take? You took Mace Windu's.
I took Saber. Yeah,
All right. So now you got Ceresu Mastery and a Quicksilver Baton.
Quicksilver Baton.
I think I agree with you there.
Although now thinking about Mastery again after what you said, that is tempting, but I definitely want some more 2-drops because I can just throw them anywhere.
And you got 30. You got Chewbacca. You
That's
passed
fine.
Chewbacca. Congratulations.
That's fine.
So what did you get? You got Saber, Quicksilver Baton, and Chewie.
Yeah, not a bad. Everything's coming up aces for me today. I don't know what's going on. The numbers are on my side.
Now you got 3928. So Sentinel Messenger, Captain Phasma, and A-Wing. Dude, the A-Wing's loving you, man.
I should have shut my mouth, but definitely A-Wing, yeah.
A-Wing's still solid.
A-Wing's great. I love A-Wing.
And Sentinel Messenger's not bad either. Like, what's Chewie? He's 12.
12 for 13 health.
Hmm. Yeah, because you could do like Sentinel Messenger, Chewie, and then have 10 points.
Yeah, and then I could maybe pray for a Foss or something.
Let's see these next 2 packs. All right, so you got 11 and 30. So you got Watam Bor, man, and Chewbacca again. You run Chewie.
Chewie. I'm going for it. I think it's Chewie.
11 and 30. I think you just take Wat.
You think?
Oh, you're gonna go run Chewie?
Chewie, why not?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to put Guardian. Yeah, but he's Guardian.
That's true.
Now you're putting 15 points. What else are you running, dude? You got a Quicksilver Baton and Mace Windu's lightsaber.
Oh, you're right. I goofed. I did goof there. I'll take Wat.
Nah, you take that. I think you take the Wat.
Yeah, I'll take Wat.
You don't really have any. You got the A-Wing. You got some stuff. Sniper team and stuff. Let's see what you get past. And you get past the Emphas Nest Electro Ripper.
Oh, for sure. Throw that on Chewie. Have a great time.
Yeah, that's probably fun. All right, I'm ready for all my characters again. You ready?
Force Storm.
All right.
Force Storm and Malice, please.
All right, 36. All right, so we got
Ceresu training.
19. I got Denkar's Fireblade.
Oh.
And 26. I got Mace Windu's lightsaber.
There you go.
I'll take Mace's. All right.
Fair enough.
All right. We're starting better. This is better than last time. All right. Then I got 34 and 7. Ooh, Palp Saber.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And Force Pull. I think I take Palp Saber.
Both good though.
Dooku's getting loaded up, man.
Both great.
And then I get past 30. I get past Maz Kanata again.
That's not terrible.
I'm fine with that.
Not terrible.
All right. We'll go to my next round of dice. 33, 9, and 25.
So Moxie, Captain Phasma, and then the Jedi Holocron.
Moxie.
I think so.
Yeah, because if I'm running Dooku, I'd be okay. Yeah, I don't really have anything to work with that, so I think I'd do that. All right. Number 12 and 29.
Oh, Padme's Starship.
Mega?
Or Mega Blaster Troopers.
I'll take Padme's. Why do I keep getting the same things?
I got A-Wing like 3 times.
Yeah.
But mine's actually good.
Yeah, you're okay with that. And then I get past Slymore.
Wow, again?
Apparently.
I
wish I could get Elite Chewbacca.
I definitely end up winning that draft.
I'd be okay. Let's see. All right, so what?
This draft
Slymore's
was much
9.
better than the last one. That's for sure.
Yeah. Slymore's 9, Dooku's 11, and then I could run both them and have 10 points left over. I could even put like. Yeah, I could run Maz. Wait, didn't I take red? Didn't I take something red?
You did. Yeah, I think you took something else.
20. I had 26, 7, 32, and then 33. Oh, I had Padme ship.
Right.
I think it'd be okay canceling that.
All right, you win. You made me hype for draft.
Yeah, too bad we won't be able to use allies of necessity.
FFG. Come
Rip,
on.
man.
Come
Rip.
on.
Yeah, um, but yeah, it's looking like it's 28th is going to be finalized. Alliance has put it out there. Maybe FFG will tell us one day. Probably the
Probably
27th. They'll
27.
put out an
Yeah.
article. um, but yeah, anybody in the South Jersey area, if you're looking to play on the 30th, we're having a box tournament at Top Deck Games, which is you buy a box, you open it, and you make a deck, and you play a tournament. Sadly, this is my bachelor's weekend, so I will not be there.
As will I.
So Brian will be with me. So we'll jam all the games we can like Thursday night.
Absolutely. I'm game.
Yeah. But I think that just about does it for our show. It was fun kind of going through the cards, make me actually sit down and think about how they would work in draft, and then the game was kind of fun at the end.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. Makes me hype for something I'll never have until like April.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still be able to draft of the stuff we talked about, but the character pairing, like the good character pairings of Dooku and Fenrau was. It seemed like, you know what? I thought Fenrau, I thought I was going to like him a lot more, but it seems like Blue is just like there's no, okay, currently, again, we don't have Red Hero, but
Right.
it's like there were no upgrades where it was like +2 gun, +2 gun, that I was like, oh yeah. But like Blue here, or Blue, like there was Palp's lightsaber, there was Mace's lightsaber, where I was like, okay, I need this, and I'm going to run Dooku. So hopefully we get some good Red Hero stuff that can make me want to run Fenrau.
I'm always primarily blue anyway, so I mean, just the idea of all these blue upgrades makes me a little more excited for the 28th, but we'll see. I still don't know the rest of the set, so I mean, we do
Dude,
have to see.
this is like awful, dude. I'm like literally at night sitting there, just like, what decks can I make? All right, so I know Grievous Afra is going to be a thing, or I know Grievous or Snoke Watto, like something along. I was like, all these are going to be things. It's like, what can I make that is a little off? How can Blue Hero work? Okay, I don't think it is, but I was like, but wait, there's still 50 cards I need. It's just like I'm constantly going through it. I'm just like, oh my god, dude, is the 28th here yet? Like, this is awful. I'm
Yeah,
going through like withdrawal because I haven't really put like I have little motivation to play right now, just because it's like, I mean, I could play trilogies and I get that could be relevant in terms of what decks start out strong if you just add stuff to them, but I'm just like, whatever.
I have no motivation to build a deck if I know that I'm going to tear it down and make the convergence version of it anyway. Like it's so much work to just, and this is a first world problem by far, but sitting down and making these decks, organizing them, putting them away, putting the sleeves away, organizing them in the right place. It's a lot of work. I'm a very lazy person, so all of that just makes no sense to me if the new set's dropping in 2 weeks and I have to put everything away anyway to rebuild everything. So I'm pretty much, theory crafting right now as far as decks go and not building anything in person at all. It's just a waste of time. Not a waste of time. That's kind of harsh, but it's time that I could be spending doing other things that are better.
Like what? What are you doing? Thinking about it.
Yeah, making a deck in my mind or trying to build it on the database.
No, I'm still excited, and I still would play more right now if I could. Like, I'm probably not going to make a bunch of do next, but like I have Jin Cassian. I'm like, this is a fun deck for me. I'm fine. I know it's not good, so it's like, when I'm playing, it's not competitive. It's just fun to play, and I would play more right now if I had more chances to. But it's like most of the time I get is like going to my local store, and I'm just like, I don't know if I feel like just driving out just to play casual. I don't mind casual. Let me rephrase. I don't end of set. Casual.
Yeah, right.
That interests me a lot less. But like I love the game, so like I'd still be okay playing right now if I could. But I probably wouldn't. Like if I played these next 2 Mondays, I'd probably show up with Jane Cassian both times because, like you said, I don't really feel like making a new deck just for like one thing.
Right,
but,
and I'd rather jam stuff on like TTS or just head to your place to play instead of going out to the local game store, which is not too far, but not too close either.
Yep. I know, dude. I was looking once I moved, dude. Tiki Tiki is a little closer. It's like 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, look at that. We've got options.
Got options. Yeah. Well, they don't have a. If we went there, we would actually have to start up like a player base, because they don't have a weekly Destiny thing there anymore. But they seem like a store that would be like, oh, you guys want to come play here? All right, what can we do to help you? Which is a breath of fresh air.
Y'all hear that, South Jersey? Get on out there. Let's start up a player base.
Yeah. Our scene has struggled due to many factors.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Any closing comments for before we start to get on out of here?
Is it the 28th yet? Because please.
I feel that.
No, but it's always a pleasure to be on. I had a great time, and this definitely got me hyped for the set and draft. So
Cool. Yeah, me too as well. And guys, thanks for tuning in, checking out Golden Dice. As always, we got Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all the things. We also have a Patreon page if you're looking to support us. Also encouraged to leave us a review on iTunes, leave us a review on Facebook so we're more relevant in the search world of things, however that algorithm works. But yeah, thanks for tuning in as always. We're excited for draft. We're excited for the new set. I'm sure most of you guys are. And Brian, I'll give you the sign off.
may the force be with you.